Welcome to another episode of Tactics. This time we've had a long old journey from the Midlands, 9.5 hours this morning, all the way over the Channel Tunnel, through France, into Holland. Now this is my first trip to Holland from a fishing point of view. I've joined up with our Benelux media coordinator, who is Rene. Rene,
hi,
thank you very much for joining me. And we're going to fish the Carp District. So it's a lake that Rene knows like the back of his hand. So hopefully this week he'll put us on some fish. But mate, I'll let you explain a little bit more about what we're going to do this week.
Yeah, this week we're going to show you some different tactics. On the swim we're going to fish near Snags. We're going to put some zigs out because it's a really deep lake. And we're also going to fish near drop-offs, near an island. So we're going to show you 3 different tactics. And hopefully we're going to show you some really big fish, because there's big fish in there. The stock is good, so yeah, I'm sure we're going to catch a few nice fish.
Well, we are into the first fish of the session. It's taken a little while. We didn't really fish last night. Rene put some zigs out. I put one adjustable zig out on the ziggos, and yeah, nothing happened. We've got up this morning. Myself and Rene gone back out to the Snag. Dropped 2 rods. Normally it's in a bit deeper water. It's gone within about 20 minutes. So that's a good sign. There's a lot of fish down the other end of the lake at the minute, and like Rene's already said, like, they're showing heavily down there. So I think the bulk of the fish are off us at the minute, but there's obviously clearly still a few fish up here, which is a good sign. I don't think this one's particularly very big, but it'd be nice to get this one under our belt.
Nice one, man.
Cheers, mate.
That's my Holland PB broke. 30 pounder? Getting there.
Up to 20 maybe.
Well, there you go. My first fish from Holland. A lovely 30-pound common. Came just 20 minutes after putting that rod back out. Didn't fish last night, just got some sleep. And yeah, absolutely buzzing. Hopefully there's more to come, and Rene's next.
Well, it's time to get this rod back in position, and it is worth mentioning that, to be honest with you, we booked this venue based on the fact that I want to sort of challenge myself. So I've not done a lot of this fishing. Don't get me wrong, I've been out in boats, baited up, played fish from a boat, which is fine. There's a whole new ball game. I've got a newfound respect for the lads that go out there on these big pits, use a boat, use an echo. So, you know, Rene has given me a little bit of a tutorial. He sat there, showed me how to use the echo, the motor. And then, yeah, it's been a whole new experience actually dropping rigs from a boat. But it's been brilliant, because you don't become a better angler unless you challenge yourself and do these things, and everyone has to start somewhere. So it's been quite nice taking me out of my comfort zone from what I'm used to and having a go at something new. So it's something I can definitely put in my armoury for future sort of plans and venues. And yeah, I've absolutely loved it. So right, I'm going to get this rod back in position, because we're coming back up to the Snag right about now. that.
Yeah, finally, mate.
Well, we have persevered. We've had 30 degrees for the last 2 days, and I'm not going to lie, I have suffered a couple of hook pulls. So yeah, to finally get one in the net is massive weight off the shoulders, and you know, second fish of the trip now. Rene's just made a few tactical changes as well. We've seen a lot more fish down here today, so the wind's actually trickling in down here as well now, so hopefully our time's going to come over the next couple of days. Those fish are going to slowly start to drift down in numbers, and we'll catch a few more of these lovely carp. We'll see. Come on then, son. That big one.
Yeah?
Good lad.
Well, finally, I have my first take. Oh, and we have a liner as well on the other rod. We've been struggling because we had a wrong wind, really hot weather. The bulk of the fish seemed to be at the other side of the lake. But this morning we saw a few fish showing in our area. So we put a few zigs out. We changed color from black to yellow. And yeah, it finally ripped off. So playing my first fish of the session. I'm sure there's more to come because the weather's gonna change. The wind's gonna blow this way. So I'm sure there's more to come. So hopefully we're gonna land this fish. And then see you guys with the fish. Well, as you guys have seen, I needed to get in the boat because the line was in the lily pads. And we're testing a new zig hook length from RidgeMonkey we're gonna bring out. And as you can see, I need to put a lot of pressure on the fish in the boat. But yeah, it's a really strong line. So he's in the net. Looks like a nice fish. Could be a 40. So yeah, finally have a fish.
Well, today didn't get off to the best of starts. I had a couple of bites this morning. Both came off. It is savage fishing, you know, braid straight through to leaders. Having to pull them away from Snag. So you are going to get hook pulls, but one after each other. Something had to change, but changed something. I managed to land an absolute Dutch monster. So check this one out. Probably the biggest fish in the lake, or probably the smallest. However, it is another fish on the bank, and we've managed to brace it. Rene's off the mark with probably this one's grandmother, so he's got a lovely comment to show you. But once we have shown you these two, we'll slip them back, we'll get onto the rigs because we have got our heads together today. Hopefully we'll unlock the code, so we'll show you exactly what we're doing next. Then I know. I'll do that, won't it? Yeah. Rene. Right. I'll tell you what.
Well, we just wanted to show you the fish I just had on a zig. And one of the rods went off again, on a zig again. But we are out in the boat now because it took two other lines. And I don't want to lose this fish. So yeah, I went out in the boat to get the fish. So hopefully we're gonna land it. But it's quite a strong fish. Underneath of us there's 30 feet of water. So the fish is really strong. So yeah, let's hope we're gonna land this one as well. Well, here it is, finally, my first fish of the session. We've been struggling because of the weather. It's a little bit of change in the weather. The wind starts coming out this way. We saw a few fish showing right in the middle, so I put some ziggos out and it paid off with this really nice 39 pounder. We were interrupting while we were trying to film this fish, but with another fish. I'm gonna show you the other fish now, put this one back and put the rods back out and start fishing again because there's no rods in now. Well, here it is, the almost double take on the Ziggo. I think we're gonna catch quite a lot more fish. We changed some tactics today. Me and Loz gonna show you what we've done. We're gonna show you our rigs. We're gonna put this one back, put the rods back out because I have no rods left in, and then have a good night's sleep. So this is the setup I'm using this week, and Loz is now as well. Because Loz had a few hook pulls, I showed him one of the rigs I'm always been successful over here. So that's a multi-rig. It's made out of sub-zero hook link material. So I fish it as multi-rig, so it's really easy to change hooks. I also use it a lot with curved shank hooks, but because we're fishing near Snags now, we're using here the medium curve 2XX. Because it's really strong, you need a really strong thick hook because we need to pull the fish away from the trees. Then we're using a uni lead clip because we want to drop the lead, so it's easier to pull the fish away from the trees. And then as a leader, it needs to be strong, 50 pounds, sub-zero, lead-free leader material. And because I'm not fishing Snags this week, I'm using just normal curved shank hook and an 18-pound fluorocast main line because it sinks better. I like to fish with a slack line if I can. So now I'm going to show you how to tie the rig. I take the sub-zero lead-free hook link and I splice 2 little loops at both ends. Then I grab my hook. In this case it's a Apex medium curve 2XX. I'm checking if the point is sharp, and it's razor sharp. Then I grab a splicing needle, pull it through the eye of the hook and put it on the hook link. So then I take my hook bait, that's on a micro hook ring swivel, put it over the loop, put the loop over the point of the hook. So then I'm gonna make the section for the D, for the slip D multi-rig. Then I grab an anti-tangle sleeve, cut off a little bit, so I can use that as a kicker to keep the D in place. Put it over the eye of the hook. Then I take another anti-tangle sleeve, put the needle through and put it on the rig. So this rig is ready to go, ready to catch some fish. Yeah, on the big one.
Okay, so you join me at the end of a ridiculous fight. Took the rods off the Snag this evening when it got dark, just not safe to fish them at night. And after Rene's success on the Ziggo, I have been trying zigs periodically myself, but this is actually my first bite on them. It's come just into dark, and I've actually seen this fish, and it ain't a bad fish to be honest, but it's taking me over 10 snags. Yeah, just a little size 6 beak point hook. We have swapped colour, so we've gone from black foam, which wasn't doing any bites, to yellow foam, but we're doing something a little bit different, just topping them off with a couple of worms just to be a little bit different. I know Rene, you've done quite well on that over here, aren't you, mate?
Yeah.
So taking a bit of experience from Rene fishing over here, and yeah, hopefully this will be my first on a Ziggo, and it might be first of many tonight. Hey, it's not a bad fish, that. Yes. Glad, mate. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, mate.
You're good, better fish, innit?
Yeah.
Another £30 common?
Yeah. Mid 30 or so?
Yeah. My biggest one so far.
Well, check that out. Another new Dutch personal best, the biggest one of the session so far for me, just over 36 pound. The first one on a ziggo as well from this lake. Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Steady on, girl. So with them changing colours, little worms on top. Let's see what the rest of the night brings. So you join us at the end of another epic snag battle. Those first sort of 10-15 seconds are really crucial. It's do or die basically, like they're either in it or they're not. So I'm sure you've seen from the fight just how sort of brutal it is, but he's away and he's nearly ready for netting now, so hopefully this is the first of many today. Yes.
Well done, mate.
Better one?
Yeah, it's a better one.
Well, they are like peas in a pod. Another morning, another 30-pound common. Taken off that snag tree, got up earlier this morning, repositioned the rods, a few scoops of bait, and yeah, pretty savage fishing. But we've definitely worked it out with the rig now between myself and Rene. And yeah, at the minute, everything seems to be going really well. Let's hope this isn't the last one and maybe something bigger comes along. So just to talk you through the setup for this week now, obviously you can see 2 rods are out on braid at the minute and 1 is out on the fluorocast. The 2 that is on braid is obviously over to the tree that we're fishing, really savage snaggy situations. And this one is actually on one of the ziggos out in the middle. Obviously you don't want braid while you've got ziggos out there. It needs to be a line like the fluorocast or monocast that has an element of stretch to it. So that's out there. It might not look great. My OCD's through the roof, to be honest with you, but they're doing jobs. So these 2 are on the 30-pound descent sinking braided main line now. It's really crucial, not only for bite indication, but for strength. And I've got that straight through to a lead-free leader, a big lead, and a big super sharp, strong hook, because those snags fishing right up to him are, yeah, really hairy. And hooking the fish cannot afford to give them any line whatsoever. So with these, that clutch, everything's tightened right down. I cannot, no matter how hard I pull on that, I cannot take any line whatsoever. So everything is locked up, bowstring tight. I'm sat next to the rods during the day, and all I'm looking for on that indicator to start with is a little movement, the slightest of movement. I'm starting to run to the rods. I'm not fishing them at night. It's just not safe to fish it at night. Like, we've not put a single rod over there. Like, I'm getting up at 6:30, putting the rods out for 7:15, fishing the days, and just before it gets dark, winding them in. So that's what's done with most of my bites. I've obviously caught on the ziggo as well, but if you have noticed my rods and seen these little sort of slivers of electrical tape on there as well, my rods haven't got foot-long markers. So before I caught them, I actually measured a foot from there to there, so I knew exactly where it was for when I was using the ziggos. You can guess it, you can roughly guess it, but for me, you can never get it absolutely bang on. And doing this sort of style of fishing, if you find where they are, find the depth they are, you want to know that you can get there absolutely every single time, because that might be the difference between catching one fish where you've guessed it and you won't get another bite. So that's why I've got the electrical tape there. It'll just peel off, it won't leave any marks or anything at the end of the session. But yeah, so that's how it is. Everything's locked up, nice and solid, ready to go. And yeah, so far so good. I've not lost any fish within the snags. The ones I've lost have all been hook pulls, which no stretch with the braid and you're having to pull that hard. Nature of the game, nature of the beast, unfortunately. But yeah, it's doing the do. Let's hope for a few more. So with Rene having some great success on adjustable zigs on this lake in the past, I thought it'd be silly not to bring the ziggo with me now. I chose to fish with the large ziggo, which is a 4 ounce, just to make the casting of him a little bit easier. Plus we're fishing in really deep water, sometimes up to 40 foot. So obviously it's going to hit the bottom a lot sooner. And with a bit bigger float on there as well, it'll pop up to the surface a lot easier as well. So that's the ziggo part. And then if we go down to the hook link itself, I've got 3 feet of a hook link material down to a little piece of yellow foam with some worms tied on the back, size 6 apex beak point hook. Great zig and float hook. I've done really well on them. Super confident with them. We found this week that yellow, we started on black, couldn't get a bite, made the switch to yellow and started getting bites. So the worms on the back, just that little bit of extra movement, all those amino acids coming off them as well. Just something a little bit different maybe to what the fish haven't seen before. So next up, I'm going to show you exactly how to tie it.
So the first thing you need to do is take your main line and thread it through the swivel on the lead. Then you thread your main line through the float itself and through the little white insert which pulls down inside the float and your swivel sits inside of. You're then going to take your double barrel ball bearing swivel and you're going to pass your main line through the big loop and do your knot of choice. In this case, mine is always a 4-turn grinner. Make sure you lubricate, moisten the knot and bed that down nice and tight so it can't slip. Trim off your tag end and then you basically need to pull it all down tight so it goes back inside the zig float, and then you connect the magnets together. Make sure your line is flush down the side of the stem, and that effectively is a ziggo ready. You're then going to make your hook link. So this is a prototype material hook link that we're using. I'm just going to slide a yellow zigger liner onto there. My chosen hook pattern is always a size 6 apex beak point hook, super sharp, perfect size, and in my opinion one of the best hooks for floater fishing and zig fishing. And again, I'm just going to do a 4-turn grinner just to attach my hook to my chosen hook link. Make sure you moisten again and then bed that knot down nice and tight and trim the tag end. It's then just a simple case of sliding your zig liner over, making sure that's nice and level and sits flush. Then you need to attach your hook link to the second end of the double barrel ball bearing swivel again. I'm going to use a 4-turn grinner and just repeat this process, bed it all down, lubricate it, and that hook link then should be 3 foot and you are ready to cast your ziggo out. Now, as we've mentioned, we're taking the ziggos one step further on this session and we're going to attach some worms. So I'm just going to slide my boiling needle down the back of the zig liner itself and take some floss, and then I'm going to pull that floss through the back of the zigger liner and then simply concertina a worm up on the boiling needle, thread that down onto the floss and do a couple of really complicated granny knots just to make sure that's all trapped nicely in place. You don't want to pull down too tight with this because if you do, you will cut through the zigger liner. So you can either go through your foam with this or you can go through the zigger liner, but if you don't pull too hard, you shouldn't have any issues. Just trim off your tag ends, and then what I like to do is I just like to nip the ends of the worms. If there is any longer ends on there, it can sort of mask the hook point and sort of twist and turn. So not only are you letting more leakage off from the amino acids from the worms, but also you're not going to have that problem as well. So that is the zig ready to cast out.
Right, it's in the middle of the day. First bite on the zig during the day. We were expecting them more in the evening, but I did see a few fish showing this morning, so I put them back out with some fresh worms on. Yeah, and it just wrapped off. So, alright, I'm gonna concentrate on the fish now, as it's above Loz's lines, and try to land this fish. Yes. Thanks, mate. Well, it finally starts to kick off now. First one on the zig during the day. The evening has yet to come. The weather looks perfect. We still have 2 more days left to fish. So hopefully we're gonna catch this grandmother. We're gonna slip this one back and see if we can catch a bigger one.
So mate, safe to say commercial carp fishing in Holland, not a lot of it. However, the Carp District is one of them. Somewhere you've fished regularly over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I fish quite regularly.
Yeah.
So I really love it because you got everything inside here. And yeah, in the public lakes you got people walking with dogs and stuff. And
yeah.
Here I find some peace.
Quiet.
It's quiet. Some nice, really big fish. So
yeah. Well, just to touch on that then. So the Carp District itself, 4.8 hectares. So for the UK viewers, just under 12 acres. You've got roughly around 700 carp. 10 of them over 60 pounds, 50 over 50 pound, and then numerous 30s and 40s as well to go. So lots and lots of big fish, but lots of fish as well. So it's that type of place where you're going to expect to get bites, but expect to get big ones as well. But I know around the venue there's all sorts, isn't there? So do you want to just tell people what else you get included?
Well, there's 4 swims over here. So they're all double swims, so it's space for 8 anglers.
Yep.
You got a big safari tent in every swim.
Yep.
You got the main power in every swim.
Yep.
To charge your batteries or whatever. Inside of the beaver there's space for at least 10 bashers, I would say.
They are massive, to be honest.
It's nice gravel. There's a rubber boat, a rowing boat in every swim. So that's provided.
Yeah. And obviously the motor.
We use a motor and a battery.
Yep.
It's for myself, but you can rent one for 50 euros for a week.
Which is next to nothing.
Yeah.
Game changer, really.
There's some really good showers and toilets.
Yep.
You said you never
It's
seen
it's incredible.
Yeah.
As far as going away on holiday in a commercial venue, it's right up there with the very best I've seen.
Yeah.
And obviously Josh, who runs it, has obviously run a superb fishery. There's bait available on site to buy, tackle available on site as well, and we're a short drive from McDonald's, supermarket.
You can even order food if you want. So it's easy. You go to the gate, give them your number, they deliver pizza, kebab, whatever you like.
So the holiday sort of carp angler's dream, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a brilliant night. I mean, we've got a little bit of time left ourselves. Hopefully some more fish, maybe a big one. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it, mate. Let's hope some more. Cheers. So this is the mix that we're using here at the Carp District. It's a very simple spod mix, just 3 ingredients. You've got hemp in there, sweet corn, and some boiler crumb. And I know it's a mix that Rene's used to very good effect over the last sort of few years. What made you come about with this one, mate?
I like the hemp because all the oils come off.
Yeah.
It's quite a deep lake, so I like to have the oils come up when the fish is on higher water levels.
Yep.
Well, sweet corn, yeah, the name says it, it's sweet.
Yep.
Carp love it, and then the crushed boilers are put in for some extra flavors, and also for the clouds when you bait up.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, the carp seem to love it.
And I guess sort of all those individual food items takes the carp longer to clear them up.
Yeah.
Keep them longer there in your peg and you catch more fish as well.
So because we have all the little bits, the fish seem to be more aggressive. There's big groups coming in on the bait.
Yep.
So it's easier to catch a fish. The hemp, I prefer to cook it fresh on the bank.
Yep.
So it keeps fresh all the time.
Yep.
So yeah,
obviously we're using a lot of bait as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
How much did you bring this week?
100 kilo dry, so that's 200 kilo cooked.
And then obviously I bought 50 kilo boilie, 20 kilo corn. You know, so yeah, we're going through a lot of bait here, but the fish are eating it. You know, we're getting multiple bites, and I'm guessing, you know, we could use, well, we're using double fake corn hook bait, so it goes well with the sweet corn. We could use a little bit of chopped boil as a hook bait, so it gives you plenty of hook bait options as well. So that's Rene's simple spod mix. It's definitely working. Hopefully it will catch a few more for us.
Well, here it is, the second one during the day. Once again on a ziggo. It's 8 feet under the surface with a yellow piece of foam topped up with some worms. And yeah, look at this. It's really empty of spawning. It's a long fish. Normally it would have been a much bigger fish, but who cares?
We're catching it.
Yeah.
Banger, innit?
Really nice.
Well done, mate. You've got them going out there now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got the right depth, you've got your right colour.
Yeah.
Press repeat. Hopefully, a few more of these. So this week for me was going to be all about learning, doing things that I haven't necessarily done before or haven't done a lot of, learning from Rene. Never been fishing in Holland before, not done much boat work before, so again, put another feather in sort of my cap, and I really wanted to take my angling to the next level and learn this stuff. But what I didn't want to do when I came out here is completely change everything in the way that I fish. So my first port of call when I came here was solid bags. Now there's not loads of nuisance fishing here, and I'm still sure that these will work really well and get loads of bites. And they did get me bites, to be honest with you. I had 3, 4, maybe even 5 bites on these, but did quickly drop a couple of fish on them as well. And all I did was use the same rig that I normally use everywhere else. So it's a rig that I've got 100% confidence in, hardly lose any fish whatsoever back in the UK. It's just 5.5 inches of silk flex. The only thing different I changed was, instead of a size 4 curve, what I normally use, or a size 4 beak, I went up to a size 4 snag hook, just because we're obviously fishing up against those trees. And yeah, these definitely got me the bites, but like I said, with that snag hook, I did drop a couple of fish, which surprised me. However, Rene did quickly say that he's had the similar sort of problem in the past, and go over to the size 4
medium curve 2XX, which is the same sort of thickness wire pattern hook, just with a straight point. And since I went over to that, it hasn't eliminated hook pulls. However, hook pulls are certainly a lot less now. So I decided to come off the solid bags in the end, move over to more conventional rigs, like Rene's already mentioned. With the rig that he uses, I had loads of success over here, which is a multi-rig. It aids in this sort of fishing because you can change your hook relatively quickly as well. So yeah, since I've done that, the hook pulls have stopped, but it's all chopping and changing. Like these sort of snag beak point hooks out in Bosnia when we were snag fishing were brilliant. We only dropped one fish, but over here the straight points seem to be a lot better. So I guess it's the way they feed, and I'm guessing it's the type of fish as well. So yeah, it's all a learning curve, and they've both done bites, and I'm sure, or I'm hoping, that we've still got 1 or 2 fish left in us. Well mate, not the end to the session we was hoping for, unfortunately. Fish drifted off us again yesterday afternoon. No more bites, but we've had a great time, haven't we? Yeah. We landed plenty of carp. The whole thing about this was to take things away from each other, implement into your own fishing moving forward. I'm sure there's something in there for the viewers as well, but thank you very much for your hospitality and having you on board, mate. I'm sure it won't be the last time you're on here. No. But yeah, what's your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, we did well for the circumstances, and yeah, we had some nice fish. Yeah. It was a lovely time with you guys. I can't wait to go back fishing with you in the UK. So
no, it's good. Yeah. It's been brilliant, mate. It's been brilliant having you on. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. You can take something away and put it into your own fishing. I'll see you again soon. But as now, we're going to hit the road, got a long journey home, and get back to the UK.
Have a safe journey.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. Yes.